Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for the next few weeks, I'm actually going to be traveling quite a lot. And so usually when I travel, I notice that I tend to read a little bit more than usual because I'm in the car a lot, I'm in the plane a lot, and of course in the plane, you can't really do anything on your phone like scroll or anything. And then when you're driving, sometimes you go through places with no connection, so you can't scroll or watch YouTube or watch movies. And so I always tend to just read more than usual. And so because I am going to be traveling quite a lot in the next month, I'm like, why not start a little series on my channel seeing how much I actually read when I travel. So it's gonna be like a how much do I read combined with a reading vlog sort of, and like just showing you guys the places that I'm at traveling wise. So it's like a reading themed travel vlog challenge? Question mark. And so today at 2 p.m. it is 11:52. I'm leaving for Texas for a couple of days, and so I'm going to be flying to Texas, which is like a 4 or 5 hour flight. So hopefully I'm going to be able to read as much as possible in there. And then when I get to Texas, I'm actually going to be doing a road trip around Texas. And so it's going to be a lot of car time. And so I'm going to be reading as much as possible in the car as well. So hopefully this trip is going to be like ultimate reading. Basically, this is just episode 1. So my Texas trip is episode 1, and then I'm going to be traveling overseas. So that's going to be like episode 2, etc. You get the gist of things. But that is the plan for today's video. We are going to Texas, and we are going to be reading as much as possible on the plane and in the car and just showing you guys around, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. For the book that I'm currently reading on Kindle, I'm currently reading The Toll by Neil Shusterman on Kindle. I'm about 40% through, so like this much through. I'm reading on my Kindle, so I don't have a bookmark in here, but I decided to read this one because it's nice and thick, and so I feel like hopefully I can get through a lot of it on the plane or something. And so I'm actually really liking it so far. We are following a lot more characters compared to the first book. I have the first and second book right here. You can't really see them, but we have Scythe and the Thunderhead, and both of those were really good. Scythe was a 5 stars and Thunderhead was a 4 stars. So far, this is shaping up to be a really good read, and so I'm excited to see what happens because Neil Shusterman's endings are always insane. In this one, we were still following Citra, Rowan, but also a lot of characters. We have now the Toll, the Thunderhead, Goddard, all of these random characters that all have different motives. So we are also following the enemy, we're following the people that we're rooting for, we're following the neutrals, we are following this random religious cult, and we're just seeing how they turn out in this world where everyone lives forever. And I feel like I've explained this concept before, but basically everyone is immortal and there are Scythes that are in charge of controlling the population and killing people. But the story evolves to become so much more than that eventually. Like usually how it is within series, like the first book is like what it says it is, but then the second, third, fourth, however long that series is, it just verges on so many different paths, and that is definitely what has been happening in The Toll. But I highly recommend this series. The series is called the Arc of a Scythe series, and this is the 3rd book. So we are getting through this. We are loving it. It's a little thick. It's 615 pages. I didn't want to spoil myself, so I like tried to look really quickly, but that's the Kindle book. And then I'm also listening to a book right now. I'm listening to An Ember in the Ashes by Sabat Tahir. And in this one, we are following Elias and Leia. And Elias and Leia are on sort of opposite camps. Elias is a soldier in the army, basically. But this is a fantasy world, by the way. He's a soldier, but he doesn't really want to be a soldier. He doesn't like what the army stands for. He hates the things that they're doing because they're really evil. And so he's trying to escape, but then something happens that makes it so he's forced to stay in there. Leia is not a part of the Empire, so she's kind of like the lowly sort of, and her brother actually gets arrested for treason. And all of her family is gone, so she tries to save him by becoming a spy in the Empire, or the school that trains the soldiers. And so Elias is in the school that trains the soldiers. She's a spy, but she's also like not used to being a spy, like if that makes sense. Like she's not an assassin. She's just a girl who's trying to save her brother. She has no idea what she's doing, but she's spying apparently now. And so it's really fun following their timelines. I'm about 50% through this book, So if I get time to listen to it on the plane as well, or in the road trip or whatever, if I don't feel like reading on my Kindle, I'm hopefully gonna get through this. But I really like it. It's super fast paced. It took a little bit to get in there, but once you like get into the story, it flies by. And so yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Elias, I don't really know what I think about him yet. I'm sort of like, I don't know. And then Alea is cool. I like her. So we'll see how this goes. But that's basically the premise of both of those books that I'm in the middle of. And we'll see if I get to starting any new books. I will let you guys know if that happens. But I need to finish packing and we're gonna head out. It is now 5:48 the next day, and we have made it to our second hotel. So we arrived at like 1 a.m. in Texas from our flight, and we just slept right away. But I was able to read a lot on the plane, which was really nice because I was gonna listen to a little bit of my audiobook, but I couldn't hear anything because the plane was too loud and I didn't bring my headphones. I only brought my AirPods. So I tried listening to it, but I couldn't hear anything. And so I was like, you know what, I'll just like read all on my Kindle. And so I ended up reading a lot of The Toll on my Kindle on the plane. And then when we arrived, it was like an hour drive to get to the hotel. So we arrived at like midnight, and then we drove all the way to the hotel. So we arrived at 1, but I was able to read also a lot in the car. We slept, and then we had like maybe an hour drive because I was visiting some different colleges, and so we had an hour drive from one college to another. And I was planning on reading, but I actually fell asleep in the middle of a chapter, and so I wasn't able to read as much as I like wanted to. But I was able to read a lot on the plane anyway, and so I wasn't too worried. But when I got on the plane, I was like 30-ish% through The Toll, and now I am like 78% through The Toll. And The Toll is a fat book. It's like 700 and something pages, and so I'm really glad I've been able to get through a lot of pages, which is so nice. I'm really liking it. It's very, very entertaining. It's super fast paced. I love that we are getting a bunch of different perspectives. Like, we're getting the bunch of different perspectives on the same situation. So we have one of our characters who is going through this whole thing. There's a scandal, a disaster happens, right? And they're in this one country, but then one of our other main characters is in another country. And by word of mouth, they hear of that incident happening, but it's from such a different perspective, because you know how like things usually get distorted when it goes through a bunch of people, and so you hear like, oh, this disaster happened, but it's actually not exactly what happened. And so it's really cool to see like how different the like situations are described from the different perspectives of the different people in the different places. And I just really like the way that Neil Shusterman writes too. It's just really easy to follow. It's really easy to understand. It's so fast paced. I'm really enjoying it. This was like the perfect book to read on the plane, because it was just like go, 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 and I wouldn't really feel lulled out or like I want to switch books or like I whatever, because like once you start you can't really put it down. And I also just love how like there is a really good balance between humor but also very serious things. There's a good balance because a lot of lines are really funny. There are a lot of really good one-liners, but there's also like these quotes that just like describe humanity in a way that is like insane. Like, it's a fantasy world, but the way he connects the aspects and the struggles that they're going through in this fantasy world to like real life struggles right now, not in a fantasy world where people are not immortal, is really interesting, because it helps you realize some really deep truths about the lives that we are living right now through the lives of people that are immortal. And it just like helps me realize like how valuable life is, which is kind of crazy to say that I'm like realizing these lessons from a random fantasy book, but it's also like its main point is making us realize that mortality makes life even more meaningful, you know? And I don't know, that seems really deep, but I'm really enjoying the toll. It's super fast paced. I'm hoping to finish this either tonight or tomorrow morning. We are taking a plane tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We are leaving here at 8 p.m. to go back home. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it before the plane, because I did download another book on my Kindle, so we'll see if I get to start a new one, but I really want to try and finish the toll on this trip, which I think I can definitely do because I'm 70-ish% through, and I have two-hour long drives tomorrow, and I have a like 3-hour plane ride, so I should definitely be able to finish that and then maybe start a new book or listen to my audiobook or something. We made it home. As you guys can see, I'm home from Texas. We got home last night at like 12 a.m. Once again, pretty late flight. Our flight was at like 8. Oh my gosh, we landed and it took us an hour to get our suitcases and stuff from the like baggage lift, because we got there, we were so quick to get out of the plane. We're like, yes, like we're doing so good. We're getting out of the plane so quick. We get out, it's like 10:35, okay? And we stand by the little like baggage carousel for 45 minutes and we don't get our suitcase. And so I was like, well, we could have taken our time getting out of the airplane, awesome, but we eventually got it. And then we got on the road at like 11:20, so we got home pretty late. We got home at like 12. And the thing with me is like whenever I get home from a trip, I can't not unpack. Like, I know some people's problems is like they don't unpack and so it just stays in their suitcase. For me, it's like right when I get home, I have to unpack everything and organize everything. And so I was exhausted, but I was like putting my clothes away and like putting my stuff in the wash, and like it was just, I don't know why I forced myself to do that, but hey, at least everything's done when I wake up, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so we got home. I finished the toll yesterday. It was a 5 stars. It was so good. I just love the entire arc of a scythe the entire arc of a scythe series. It's just so well done, and I don't know, I just love it so much. Like it scratches an itch in my brain. All of the different characters, all of the stories that connect in such perfect ways. Like it's literally so many different storylines that join at the end to make the perfect ending. And that one, since that was the conclusion in the trilogy, the ending was just so sweet. And like it's also like, it was sweet, like if I told you the end, you would be like, oh, that's sweet. But if you had read the whole entire series, you would be like, everything makes sense and everything happened for a reason. And it's just so good. It was so good. There was the romance that concluded. Like in the first book, there was no romance. Second book, you're like, oh, is this gonna be a romance? And then third book, you're like, crap, I'm down bad. But it wasn't down bad like he's my new book boyfriend. It was more like their relationship is so wholesome, so sweet, and it's just amazing. But yeah, so that was a 5 stars. I was so happy I got to finish that because it's a thick book. It was like 700 pages. So I did it. And then I did start the second book of Crescent City. I forgot what it's called. Is it House of Earth and Blood? I don't know what it's called, but it's the blue cover. And I started it. I'm only at the prologue because the prologue is mad long, y'all. It's so long, but Anyways, I'm only at the prologue, and then I did also continue my audiobook of Sabata Hears and Ember in the Ashes, and I'm liking it. It's good. It's good. It's good. But it's like, it's weird because I know they are with different people. Like, both of our main characters, our female and our male main character, are interested in different people, but it's weird because I know that they're gonna end up together. It's a romantasy, but it's like they're talking about feelings that they have for another person right now, and I'm just like, well, I know this isn't gonna last, so I'm not getting connected. I'm just waiting for them to break up so they can be together. But I guess it's like, it's sort of the long game where like they're not going to be together in the first book, and then they're going to like be together in the second book, and it's just like going to be a progression of their relationship over the whole series, I'm guessing. But it just feels weird in the first book. Like, I know they're going to be together, but yet they're interested in other people. But so far, the plot, I really like the plot. Romance is questionable a little bit. I'm just like, what is happening here? But both of our main characters I like. Elias has grown on me. That's a change that happened. I wasn't really liking him, and he grew on me, which is nice. And Leia is great. Love her. And yeah, but I'm only like 68% through, and so I'm not like at the end of it, so I didn't get to finish it, but I did get a good chunk through. Yeah, so that's how much I read in this little travel trip. I hope you guys liked episode 1 of how much I read while traveling, and let me know if you guys are interested in seeing episode 2, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.